Hi students, now we are going to discuss regarding heavy water. First point, chemical name of heavy water, deuterium oxide. Deuterium oxide also called heavy water. Heavy water was prepared by scientist name is Urey. Next point, ordinary water contain very small amount of heavy water. That ratio is almost 1 part of heavy water present in 6000 parts of ordinary water. Means very small proportion of heavy water may be present in the ordinary water. Next point, it is preparation method of heavy water is exhaustive electrolysis, means repeated electrolysis. Many times continuous electrolysis of water which contain little amount of 0.5 m molar NaOH solution. So this bit is very important. Exhaustive electrolysis of or continuous electrolysis or repeated electrolysis, we are doing 7 times. First stage, second stage, third stage, fourth stage, fifth, sixth. After completion of 7th stage electrolysis of water, you will get whatever amount of heavy water present in it, right? Now some properties are similar with water and some properties are dissimilar with water. Whatever dissimilarities there when compared with ordinary water, the reason only what? Heavy weight, that is water molecular weight is 18, heavy water molecular weight is 20, only that is due to the presence of 2 neutrons extra. The physical constant of heavy water generally is slightly higher than ordinary water. This is because of what? Molecular mass of heavy water is more than ordinary water. And see, the molecular weight of water is 18, heavy water molecular weight is 20. Water contain 10 electrons. Water contain 10 electrons, 10 protons, 8 neutrons. Whereas heavy water contain 10 electrons, 10 protons, 10 neutrons. So I think everyone understood the difference between water and heavy water. Next point, heavy water only slightly differ in ordinary water in its chemical properties, but however the reactions of D2O are only slower somewhat when compared with water. Heavy water reactions are somewhat slow when compared with ordinary water. Now let us discuss some chemical properties of heavy water. First one, action with metals. Everyone studied in lower sections first A group elements also called alkali metals. Reason for, just I am taking 2m plus 2H2O gives rise to 2MOH plus H2. M is equal to alkali metal. Alkali metal. You can create original reaction also if you are taking alkali metals lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. If you are taking sodium, 2Na plus 2H2O gives rise to 2NaOH plus H2. So one simplest question I am asking based on this reaction, what happens when alkali metals react with water? Hydrogen gas is releasing and metals are converting into their hydroxides. Very clearly understood now. You take the sodium, Sodium react with water forming sodium hydroxide and releasing hydrogen gas. This concept you can apply. First group elements are called alkali metals because they are metals when they react with water, producing strong alkalis and releasing hydrogen gas. Which gas is evolved when sodium is kept in water? Hydrogen gas is releasing. This one okay na? And reaction with metals, just you see that water property, heavy water property is 100% same. Heavy water reactions are somewhat slow and just almost like water only, but just instead of hydrogen you write D, it is considered as a heavy water property. 2Na plus 2D2O gives rise to releasing which gas? Deuterium. If it is water, hydrogen. Calcium react with heavy water forming calcium deuteroxide and deuterium. Calcium react with water giving what? Hydrogen gas. So just here given water reaction also, you will be getting confidence. The water and heavy water reactions are almost same. Just instead of hydrogen you write a deuterium. Next, reaction with metallic oxide. The first point, action of metallic oxides on water. Metallic oxide nature is basic nature. First point, what is the nature of metallic oxide? Basic nature. Which group elements are most active metals? First group elements. Obviously, first group element oxides are more basic in nature. Metal oxides react with water producing alkalis. Similar way, sodium oxide react with water producing sodium hydroxide. Calcium oxide react with water producing calcium hydroxide. And just think heavy water property. Na2O react with heavy water, D2O gives NaOD, and CaO react with D2O gives rise to CaOD taken twice. Next one, this is the very important for the competitive examination, action with carbides. Heavy water reacts with metal carbides producing heavy hydrocarbons or deuterocarbons. These all we discussed in diagonal relationship also. Once remember the concept, beryllium diagonally related to aluminium. In that concept, in that view we had a discussion. Aluminium carbide formula is Al4C3, that is on hydrolysis releasing methane gas. Beryllium carbide formula Be2C, that is on hydrolysis giving methane gas. CaC2 name is calcium carbide. Calcium carbide on hydrolysis gives acetylene gas. Here if you are taking heavy water, you will get here deuteromethane. Here also deuteromethane. Here you will get deuteroacetylene. Now another reaction, just see the heavy water reaction. Al4C3 plus 12D2O gives rise to 3CD4. Beryllium carbide plus 4D2O gives rise to CD4, deuteromethane. Calcium carbide with 2 moles of heavy water releasing C2D2, deuteroacetylene. Next one, another important concept, reaction with non-metallic oxide. The first point, non-metallic oxide nature is acidic nature. Non-metallic oxide nature is acidic nature. Example, sulfur trioxide react with water producing sulfuric acid. Hence, sulfur trioxide is considered as a anhydride of sulfuric acid. Similarly, N2O5 react with water producing nitric acid. Nitric acid anhydride is N2O5. Instead of water, if you are writing heavy water, here SO3 plus D2O gives rise to D2SO4, deuterosulfuric acid. N2O5 plus D2O gives rise to DNO3, deuteronitric acid. Now, next concept is electrolysis. Many times we discussed it regarding electrolysis. Water formula is H2O. In this, hydrogen carrying positive charge, oxygen carrying negative charge. So oxygen getting -2 charge, hydrogen getting +1 charge. From water, hydrogen plus, so it releases at cathode. This is the important concept. Oxygen carrying minus charge releases at anode. Simply you can tell water electrolysis giving electrolysis of water giving H2O on electrolysis gives hydrogen and oxygen. 1 mole of electrolysis, 1 mole of water H2O on electrolysis gives H2 plus of O2. 1 mole of water on complete electrolysis gives 1 mole of hydrogen and 0.5 mole of oxygen. Similar way, hydrogen carrying positive charge, so it releases at cathode, and oxygen releases at anode. My simplest question: what are the gases evolved when water undergoes electrolysis? Hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen gas released at cathode, oxygen gas released at anode. 1 mole of water electrolysis, you will get 1 mole of hydrogen, 0.5 mole of oxygen. And remember the concept, any 1 mole of gas occupies 22.4 liters. Here 1 mole of electrolysis giving 22.4 liters of hydrogen at STP, and here 11.2 liters of oxygen at STP. This is another information so which is useful for the more competitive examination. And if you want to get 1 mole of oxygen also, just you take 2 moles of water electrolysis, you will get 2 moles of hydrogen and 1 mole of oxygen. Okay, this concept understood na? 2 moles of water electrolysis giving 2 moles of hydrogen, 1 mole of oxygen. Similarly, heavy water on electrolysis, you will get what? Deuterium and oxygen. So everyone understood? Now, this is another interesting concept, exchange reaction. Suppose you have hydrogen, heavy water approached you, you are giving hydrogen and taking deuterium. Exchange concept understood? When compounds containing hydrogen or reacts with D2O, hydrogen undergoes exchange for deuterium. So NaOH plus D2O gives rise to what? NaOD. Here hydrogen is exchanged by deuterium. NH4Cl ammonium chloride with 4 D2O gives ND4Cl. NH4Cl is ammonium chloride. ND4Cl is what? Deuteroammonium chloride. So HCl, DCl. Next one, reaction with nitrides is the very important. Any metal nitrides, active metal nitrides undergoes hydrolysis, water releases ammonia gas. This is the important bit. Which gas is evolved when metal nitrides react with water? Ammonia gas. Magnesium nitride react with water releasing ammonia. Magnesium nitride react with heavy water gives deuteroammonia. If you are taking sodium nitride, here you will get sodium hydroxide and ammonia. And phosphide, Ca3P2 name is calcium phosphide. Phosphide means P-3 ion. Here nitride means N-3 ion. Phosphide ion, calcium phosphide undergoes deuterolysis, gives deuterophosphine. If you are taking a water, you see the reaction of water, Ca3P2 name is calcium phosphide, plus 6 moles of water forming 3 CaOH taken twice plus 2 PH3, phosphine gas. Similar way, if it is react with heavy water, releasing what? Deuterophosphine, PD3. Just instead of PH3, PD3, deuterophosphine. Next, whenever salt with water, they called as hydrated salt. Suppose Na2SO4 10H2O. This is called sodium sulfate decahydrate. If heavy water is there, that is called decadeute. And this one studied everyone. Sodium carbonate decahydrate is called washing soda. Na2CO3 usually called as washing soda. So decahydrate, this is decadeute. Then copper sulfate CuSO4 5H2O called as copper sulfate pentahydrate. And if we are writing instead of water, writing D2O, copper sulfate pentadeuterate. So many reactions there. Almost all the properties are similar with water only. That is why, okay, whatever reaction you are practicing with water, just imagine instead of hydrogen D, that is considered as a heavy water chemical property. And coming to the another concept for the conclusion of heavy water uses. Heavy water used as a moderator in nuclear reactor. What could be the reason? Moderator slows down the fast moving of neutrons and reactions will be controlled from explosion. Especially in nuclear reactor, it controls nuclear fission process. So here see the point. Heavy water used in nuclear reactor as a moderator because it slows down the fast moving of neutrons and therefore helps in controlling the nuclear fission process. If reaction takes place rapidly, towers will explode. So if you are using instead of water heavy water, somewhat slow reactions possible. And second one, heavy water used as a tracer, that is study of the reaction mechanism, how the chemical reaction taking place, that is called mechanism. So heavy water used in the studying reaction mechanism. And also heavy water used one of the reference in the nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy. So this is the information, little bit information regarding heavy water. Listen carefully. Thank you. Okay, see you in the next topic.